Large Anime Breast tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at the same pair of breasts that we've been drawing from our mature character, but this time we're going to have them in some different positions here, so we can kind of see them with her arms pressed up against them, see how that mass is going to change and warp, as well as a jumping position, so we can kind of see them in action. So I'm just drawing a super basic chest here. And again, I'm going to have my right arm over here, or my arm on the right. It's going to be pushing in firmer than my arm on the left, just so it's a little bit different, a little more interesting. Drop this in. My neck. And traps. Alright. Now, this character has a much larger chest than what we've been working with so far, so this is just basically the same principles as what we've been doing, but much more exaggerated. So, we're going to start up here with a healthy little spill over the arm, and this time we're even going to see a little bit spilling under the arm, right? Then we're going to follow this shape and pinch it in hard. That way it's hopefully roughly the same size as our breasts over here. It might appear to be slightly larger, but that's just because there's so much pressure being applied right here that everything is really straining to get out of the way. So it'll look a little bit more bubbly. From there, we're gonna have this chest almost fully blocking off the other arm. Along with this, see it slightly beneath it as well, like so. And then in the actual line art portion, we'll be able to see this a little bit better. Let's kind of fix this up a little bit. Then for this next one, I'm just gonna scoot this out of the way so I have a little bit more space over here. We're going to draw our center line, and then this time we're going to draw our collarbones angled up, followed with our rib cage, and then again just a very simple belly. We want the shoulders to be being bisected by the collarbone line. Then we're going to follow the ribs up into the chest muscle here, like so. Then off of that, we want to put in our lat, which is going to connect to the back portion of the shoulder. Then following this little line here, we're just going to, I guess I should put in some little markers for my arms. Then we're going to follow that just straight into the bicep like this. Then up above, we're going to follow into the tricep and end it with a little bulge here in the little socket. Then we're just going to connect with some strong shoulders, because the shoulders are heavily contracted right now, pulling on everything. So we're going to have nice, rounded, strong shoulders that merge in with our collarbone. Then we will have our neck with some firm traps pulling everything up. Now, just like in our previous tutorials, this time the chest is going to be kind of flying straight up on us, so we're kind of seeing the bottom base of it. So this time, we're going to connect them like so. And because the chest is so large, it's going to be crossing the center line so, and coming way up above here. Like so. Alright, and remember, they naturally rest pointing slightly away. So they're not just resting straight down, they're resting this way. So because of that, when they're jumping, if let's say you had like the middle part here Well, I guess YouTube's gonna have a field day if I do that, but so let's just pretend that the breast is shaped like this, right? Up here, right here, is the sort of middle section of the breast, right? Like so. So once we draw in the line art, it'll be a little bit more visible, and we will go from there. So I'm gonna draw this chest in first. Just drop these in quick. I'm not concerned about the quality of my line art since this is just a study. I'm mostly concerned with like the physics behind it. Drop this one in. And really try to accentuate the roundness and squeeze of this. You really want it to be, you know, popping around the arm here. Lower this slightly. Same with this one. We've got our arm coming like this. Around the breast. Got our neckline. There we go. Got our tummy lines. So now this one, on the bright side, the chest covers basically all of the armpit. So if you're struggling to draw that, then do not worry. It is now gone. So we will draw these in. Like so. And because she's really reaching up high, even though she's got a little bit more weight on her stomach, it's actually going to kind of stretch around the ribs back into her stomach. So it's not going to be like what we've been doing, keeping it kind of rounded like that. It's going to be a little bit different. And we'll just barely see the arms and the shoulders and our neck. Tiny bit of traps. There we go. So now you can see it's not just a mass coming straight up, right? Like that's not really the angle we're going for. They're coming up and to the side, right? So they're angled this way, right? So it's not coming just straight up, it's coming slightly out to the side here, right? So this would be like the front of it, right? Right here. So that part right there would be what normally is sitting over here, okay? Whereas over here with this squeezing, it's really warping the shape here. So everything's really pinched in like this. Okay. So just keep a sort of tab on the overall mass and size of your character's chest, and just keep in mind that whatever is happening to your character's chest, whether it's being held in with a bra, or it's pressed up against something, or she's jumping around, who knows, you have to try to keep that overall mass, and then just try to problem solve how that mass is going to change its overall shape and where the most weight is carried. And if you keep that in mind, and then with some practice, you'll kind of get a feel for what looks right and what might not be so natural. But hopefully this is helpful, and in the next one we're going to look at the giantess lady, so then it's going to be everything we just did but turned up to 11, so good luck, and I will see you in the next one.